Hello, everyone, and welcome to Never Power. Make sure to hit that like button. We got a great show for you here. Listen, we're going to try to trigger Daps. Maybe we're going to try to trigger Daps to say that they're not going to win the league, but we'll see how it is.
Mo, please don't start shows like this because I'm actually... Nah, real talk. Say, no, you're not, bro. You're not.
I'm actually kidding with you.
No, the fact that, because this isn't real talk. This is not the direction, Mo. I'm telling you, I don't want to do this with the direction of the channel. You actually started it saying, looking to trigger me because I'll just go, you man, carry on. Like, if you want to have a conversation...
No. I want to
if you want to have a conversation about who can push City and how I'm cool, but doing this trigger thing, bro, I'm not on it, honestly.
Okay,
the fact you're actually saying that pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like,
no.
It's like you're coming here. No, because ultimately, Mo, you're telling me you don't. No, hold on, Mo. You're telling me you want this show to ultimately, you want to piss me off. I've had a good evening. You want to piss me off tonight. Like, to be frank, do you want me to just do this? Like, and leave?
No. Okay, I was just about to apologize. I was just saying that to the people that see that.
No, because it's what you're doing every show now, Mo.
I am not going to do that this show, I promise you. I apologize if you got upset. Okay, hold on, Gas.
No, but that's fine. No, hold on. The thing is, Cass, that's fine. And if you do that, that's fine. But when you know as well, Cass, you know that at the moment I'm saying I like doing the studio shows, where the thing
more
isn't let's try and trigger someone. And we start the show going, let's trigger Daps. Well, do you know what? Like, it's international break. I'm trying to chill out, Fuck off, innit? It's simple as that. Like, just someone to my face. I'm here to trigger you. I'll say fuck off then, innit? Like,
he hasn't had his noodles. Yeah. It's just,
no. Hey, listen, this is gonna be a
also. If I watch this, I'm thinking, Mo. I'm thinking. Do you know what? So Mo is confirming to me that he just talks absolute shite, and he's here trying to say whatever he fucking can to trigger Daps. So it's kind of discrediting you as well, isn't it?
Let's run the intro again. Hi guys, we're back again. We're gonna start again. We're here to not trigger that. So we're here to trigger Mo. You're about to cry.
Do you know what would be really good? Whoever cuts this, as in like the screen, why is the camera central on me and I'm here?
Just move the camera.
You have to move the camera.
Or fling it out. I wish this more.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're in the middle.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's bless. That's good because then I'm looking at you.
Oh man.
Can I say a couple of words then? Okay, apologies, Daps.
Do you know, Mo, do you want me to?
I want to say a couple of words, bro.
Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you how to intro it. Do you want me to show you how to intro it?
Can I say before you intro? Apologies if you got upset. I'm a big guy, and
I mean you're quite little,
and I'm here. Listen, if you got upset, I'm sorry. That doesn't mean to upset you. You know me. I'm not shy to apologize. If that upset you, I was just saying that just to get that conversation going.
No, do you know what, Mo?
But the show isn't about Man City. Actually, it's about Arsenal and Liverpool.
But what I would love is if our channel, and by the way, you're right, because everyone here, all these hyenas and whatever, they do want to see me rattled, and they want to go, haha, Daps is rattled, Daps is pissed off, So you're doing your exact job. What I would love is if the intro could be, hi guys, we're gonna have a really good football debate today about like just how much Arsenal and Liverpool could push City this season, and actually, are one of those two more of the favourites than City. But I know people don't want to hear that, because I've been watching it online. All people want to see is City blood. So, they want to see the Sharks bleed, innit? So rattle away, and then the people will get what they want.
No.
Then the people will get what they
Now
want.
let's start for real. Okay, listen. Gas is asking me to host, so I'm gonna start right away. Listen, bro. I'm gonna start with one thing, and I want to get Daps' take on this. Does defense win you the league more than an offensive side? The reason why I'm asking this, Arsenal looks solid defensively. Liverpool looks solid offensively. So who's closer to challenging City? Is it the defense of Arsenal, the Saliba, or is the offensive side of Liverpool?
That's a really good. Do you know what? That's a really good question. Because if you look at them both, you would say that. Yeah, well, in fact, we started the season saying we know what you get with Liverpool, innit? Like Liverpool can score goals and will score goals, and that's before we see Szoboszlai and whatever else. So, for me, I think you can't win a league with a leaky defense. It's very difficult,
Very
man.
hard. Didn't you do that with the Centurion people?
I think Centurions, we had Otamendi and
Mangala.
When was the Centurions?
Was it Mangala?
No. The company was injured. Laporte, I think pretty certain Laporte came in maybe back end of it, or was that the season after? It was Otamendi and Stones, mainly. It was Otamendi and Stones, I think. Otamendi that season got into team of the season, didn't he?
Oh, by the way,
team of the season.
Just for clarification, the Centurion seasons, they conceded the least goals. The second conceded least goals by one.
Yeah. They weren't, but bro, it was one of them ones where Otamendi went in and put like out of nowhere. Because look, Otamendi wasn't a bad defender for City. He was a general, but he wasn't like, oh my God, who is this defender? He's amazing. But that season, Otamendi was elite. Like, that I think that season was probably just the best form of defense's attack, and literally just keep the ball up the other end of the pitch, and they're not going to score that many against you. I certainly wouldn't come on here and go, over the last 7 years, or in fact over the last 12 years, City's best defence was Centurion season. Even if on paper it was, I ain't hearing that Otamendi and Stones is a better centre-back partnership than Company and Lescott or Ruben Diaz and John Stones. But as far as with that, though, I think we have to also say that Liverpool still have the potential to... Right now, the here and now, we're saying, yeah, you know what? Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, Zinchenko is cooking, yeah?
And Partey's back?
Or Rice playing in front of him, or Jorginho doing a job. Right now, the way it is, at the moment, the here and now, we're all going, yeah, that's absolutely cooking. But if we go back 2 seasons, we probably would have said that Konate, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson is absolutely cooking. And if they find a bit of form, we're not here saying their defence is bad, are we?
I don't think. You know what? Yeah, I think the centre back. There's just the ones like Van Dijk is still sick. Like he's not crap.
No.
It's what he has next to him that's inconsistent in terms of Konate. But for me, it all again.
Hold on.
We say this all over.
Sorry. If I'm asking you to choose to go
for
Manchester United Football Club, I'm gonna give you the floor. Saliba at the moment or Van Dijk?
No, Saliba. Of course, it's Saliba.
So Saliba is the better defender at the moment.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is
what is but? Where is the but here? It's not
no. Because what is the but is ultimately there's multiple buts. Like we can't go with
Gass's butt. It was supposed to be Gass's butt, but
but we can't like act like when a player, just because it's happened with a few players recently that they drop off, we can't act like they can't come back. Because I saw Vincent Kompany go from being this amazing defender to constantly injured and whatever, and when he comes back looking a bit weaker, and then all of a sudden the last 6 months he went and became the old Vincent Kompany. And we can't act like, again, like Konate can't be the defender he was in that Champions League final, and in like at the moment, yes, but is that what we're basing everything on now? Literally the last 8 games, and then we go.
I think we all saying, because obviously we're comparing Arsenal and Liverpool a little bit to see who can push, you know, Man City to the end, because we all know Man City will get there. Whether you think they're crap or whether you think they're not the same or with the same conversation, let's not just go there. But the way I look at Liverpool, they got a title winner in there. They got winners in there. That's ultimately experience, right? And it's the end of the season. Even if Arsenal have got Saliba and Declan Rice now and everything, we still don't know. There's still an unknown entity how they're going to end the season, right? Comparing, if you compare it off all the other seasons, this year is probably a little bit different in terms of maturity for them. But with Liverpool, I still think it's not even really the defense. I always look at it and think, you know what? I don't even think they need one centre back. They just need a class DM. It's always about the defensive midfield, because as soon as they get a defensive midfield that can hack here, where Szoboszlai don't need to run back all the time, where, you know, Trent doesn't need to even invert, or who else is there? McAllister can actually play an 8. Gravenberch is a wicked prospect, by the way, as well. They got. When I look at depth, I'm looking at Liverpool's midfield options, and I think they're better than Arsenal's midfield options. If we talk about midfielders,
nah, it's not unbalanced. It's unbalanced.
But that's the thing. You said it right there. It's unbalanced. So with Liverpool,
Very unbalanced. Like,
they get the DM they want in January. Remember, we always say how it ends. The season, how the business ends. So through January, what do Liverpool always do?
Yeah, but Arsenal already have 2 DMs.
No, but hold on. Let's touch on this DM point, because that's a really, really good point. Because if you look at the Liverpool drop off last season, the Liverpool drop off came when Fabinho's legs dropped off, Henderson's legs dropped off, right? If you go back to the previous time Liverpool dropped off, it was when Fabinho was injured. No, sorry, when I think it was Henderson was injured. It's when Van Dijk was injured and Fabinho had to play in defence. Right. Then you look at Man City's season when they dropped off. The season we dropped off and Liverpool won the league was when we had injuries at the back and Fernandinho had to step in and play as a defender. Now, the minute you take a world-class defensive midfielder and move them out of position into a defence, yes, they might do a job in defence, but you've now taken that world-class cover you have in front of the defence and placed it with someone that is not world-class in that position. You look at City at the weekend, no Rodri, right? You look at Rice and what he did, and you know what? We can wax lyrical deservedly on Gabriel. We can wax lyrical on Saliba. We can say with the jobs that Zinchenko, Ben White did, but the delivery to Manchester City's forward, Erling Haaland, was not good enough, right? However they did that, I'm pretty certain the defensive midfielder, Rice, Jorginho, they were massive in that, stopping the delivery to the forwards. And then you look at Liverpool at the moment, what they're doing is, it's not about a DM, it's about their 8s doing the role of a DM. That's kind of what we tried to do at the weekend against Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
Could that be the difference when Liverpool play Arsenal? That if Liverpool try and have 8s doing the role as a DM against Rice or Partey, it'll be interesting to see. Because I always say, for me, the most important position on the football pitch is that DM role.
100 million%. It's the most important position in football today, is it not?
Yeah. It's the link up. It's the person that stops everything before it gets to the defense. It makes the defense play more confident as well, by the way. If you've got a DM in front of you that you know will stop the majority of things. He helps out on the left. He helps out on the right. He helps out with the defense. He helps 100%. Out with starting the moves going forward. It is. Do you know what? And this is where, actually, when you look at the Ballon d'Or, why the hell should a DM not be put in?
Exactly. Well, thank you. This is why I say Rodri is the best player in the world right now, currently, as it stands in the past year, especially with all the accolades he has won. I'm going to provide another argument to both of you, right? So I'm going to go off. Look, Liverpool do not have a 6, but they technically shouldn't have lost against Tottenham, in my opinion. I think because that Diaz goal should have been counted, and I think they got harshly done by. If they drew or won, they could have either been on 18 points with Manchester City, or they could have been on level points with obviously Tottenham. Well, they would have been above. Ultimately, they would have been somewhere second or first, maybe in Tottenham's position, maybe not, right? They might even been on fair points with Tottenham. They have conceded only 9 goals this year, right? And 2 of them, you could say one of them, Tottenham, was fair. The other one, we don't know, whatever. The game could have changed the whole aspect. But they have scored the same amount of goals as Arsenal and Spurs, and pretty much kept it the same. So even without a DM, they're still providing good argument.
Yeah.
But I know what Mo's probably going to say before we do the super chats is it's the chances they do leak that do not go in. That's another.
You know they're worse than Spurs. I told you this morning, right? Do you know they're worse?
Who Liverpool?
Yeah. What
do you mean by worse than? You can't say
more
than that, man.
No, they concede the defense, because he's talking about the defenders. They concede way more chances. Alisson saves them most of the time until he doesn't.
Okay, so what do you think the reason for that is, Mo?
No DM.
Right, Bissouma.
Bro, Wolves were opening streets in the middle of the...
Yeah.
Like Spurs,
Bro, I'm
you know,
sorry,
like
it's-
Brighton, they were driving through the middle like there's nobody there.
Yeah.
McAllister is too slow, and they are making him look bad. And this is on Jurgen Klopp. He's making him
And
look terrible.
Do you know what? And we'll move on to the super chat. Then afterwards, we'll continue the conversation. But we just mentioned Spurs there. What will be interesting after the international break is I believe Basuma got a red card, didn't he?
It's one game.
One game, but
Oh,
then
it's only one game.
But then also he's still got
And
4
they
yellows.
play, bro. They have 5 easy games apart from Chelsea at home.
Yeah, no, but fine. But it'll be interesting to see because you can say we can say easy games, Mo, right? Man City played Wolves without Rodri, and it was noticeable. So this will tell us something about Spurs. Like Cass said, he's on 4 yellows already. So the likelihood is that they'll miss Basuma at points during this season, right? By the looks of things. So here's the first. I don't know who it'll fall. Who's their next game against?
They do have. Is it Fulham? Is it Fulham? So any Spurs?
Yeah. I could check.
So I imagine it'll be Højbjerg drops in there, right?
Yeah. They got Fulham, and I think they got Crystal Palace and Chelsea. Am I right? Or
They have Fulham away, and then Crystal Palace.
So it's Fulham. So it'll be Fulham away.
Fulham at home, and then Crystal Palace away, then Chelsea at home, then Wolves away, then Aston Villa.
No, but they're only missing him for one game. So
right now, can we count Wolves away as being right currently as it stands? It's becoming whatever's going on. We wrote them off.
Nah, they won't play the same against Spurs like they did against Man City. Nobody does that, bro.
But think about it. Why not? Because they just beat. Did they not just beat Aston Villa?
Bro, do you know what it is? But what Wolves did against City, yeah. But what Wolves did is look, it's very clear. One of the easiest ways to hurt Manchester City is pacey wingers, right? Has been for seasons and it still is. Worked with Pedro Neto, Martinelli came on, ripped us a new one. Like that's one of the few ways to get Manchester City is a pacey winger. And if you can play the low block and you can execute it well, right? Limit the delivery into the box for Manchester City, and you've got pace on the counter, and you pull it all off well, that's what can happen. So I don't know if that necessarily against Tottenham will work because it's a different team. But anyway, do you want to do the super chats and we'll...
Yeah. Do you want to do them, Mo?
You do it.
Yeah, I can do it. All right.
Put in place.
Big up Sophia, renewing the membership. So big up yourself, man. Love to see it. Is that gold membership? I think that is. You said you was good.
Yeah, she must be gold.
Please add you to the chat as well then. Unless I think you're already in there anyways. No, you're
Sophia
already a gold member. She already is a gold member, isn't she? Big up yourself. Every bit of support. Manuel says, huge hugs to Daps. Here's the super chat. Little $2 super chat. Nice, man. James says, Mo, you got him. He's still rattled. Relax, Dappy. From James. And then he says, upset him, Mo. No apology, rattled.
Y'all are like...
That's all they want to do is use the comment rattled.
You're like assholes in the chat. People are saying, don't apologize. Why ever? You guys are assholes. Like the people.
You don't need to apologize. No, they are. It's fine. Not all of them, but some of them are.
Some.
Yeah.
If I didn't say hello, then people would say Daps is rattled.
Something like that. King Gov says, pay them no mind, Daps. You guys win a trophy every year. People just salty they don't have a win rate like City. Shout out from New Jersey. Hashtag YNWA. Liverpool fan.
Big up LB. Okay, he had a video reacting to Mark Goldbridge already saying City are in crisis.
But do you know what? Do you know what it is?
Did a video, bro.
Do you know what it is?
City are in crisis.
Mo, but you saw right, and I did a show after the show with Cass. I did your show, yeah. This is what I keep saying, and on these shows, let me say it again, completely crediting Arsenal for the win, completely critical of Manchester City for the loss, right? And I can take that. And when people start running these shameless things, it's like, and then if I react to that, were you rattled? Well, no, I'm not a dog that's going to roll over, have my belly
I'm
rubbed,
annoyed.
Yeah?
You're annoyed. You're allowed to be annoyed.
You're saying something. I'm giving all this credit to Arsenal. I'm being critical of my team. Oh, no, you're not holding the L. No, I am holding the L, but I'm not going to roll over and let you rub my belly, yeah, and bleed for you just because, and agree. Yeah, you're right. Haaland's a shit. What people want me to come and go, you're right. Haaland, actually, that whole first season was a complete fluke, yeah. Ruben Diaz is a shit defender. Jack Grealish is drinking still at this point. And just, I'm not going to do that neither.
Might be true.
Well, if he is,
might be true.
Well, that's your agenda, innit?
Yes.
Again, King Gov says Virgil van Dijk needs competition. Bench him a few games to try and mess with his mind a bit to try to get him to perform better. The auto selection has made him too comfy. You know what? Yeah. In fairness to this, I saw when I saw Joe Gomez and Matip perform, bro. Like, I'm not gonna say Van Dijk shouldn't be in the lineup because he's the easy selection there, because that meaty centre back partnership seemed to be the one that got them, if I'm correct, a clean sheet at one point. But maybe that's the angle he's trying to come with on that part. Well, I think Van Dijk is just one of those. Is he's not getting help, but he's not helping himself.
Yeah.
But he needs to know that
he's
it's
captain
not
now as well, isn't he?
But yeah, you're not gonna drop your captain all of a sudden.
Yeah, do you know what?
Guys, he
I
has
think,
been good.
yeah, that's what I was going to say, Mark.
Like, it's a wrong note. He has been good this season,
he
better than last
Yeah,
season. So
but I've also seen, I've seen
he
the
isn't
looking.
peak Van Dijk, but he is good.
I saw Johnny Evans and Maguire be a decent partnership against who was it? Brentford, and dealt with a lot. But guess what? That doesn't mean I want him to play over our bet. Like if Ran or what's it called? Is
Lisandro's there. You're not gonna play them over them.
Also,
it's not happening.
I actually think, like, I can't remember what game it was, but there's one game where I saw the captain's look in his eye, right? And you often see the captain's look in a defender's
exactly
eye.
Which game you're talking about?
It's corners, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I think I was saying this to Rance yesterday, that we were talking about in the City Arsenal game, and I was saying I didn't really see any of our big players step up and be counted, and we were kind of having a back and forth on it. And I said, and sometimes, like, even I've seen so many seasons for City corners, right, on a corner, and I can just see the look in Ruben Diaz's eye, the look in Vincent Kompany's eye, Rodri's eye, Laporte's eye, John Stone's eye, where you already know when the camera goes on them before the corner's even been played in, they are going to outjump everyone, yeah, because they want this, right? They want to step up and they want to score a winner, right? And I didn't see that in any City players' eyes at the weekend. None of them looked like, do you know what, I want to, by any means, whether it be advancing the pitch, I didn't see that. With Van Dijk the other week for Liverpool, it might have even been against Tottenham or something, yeah, but I could just see he looked so determined, waiting for a corner, thinking, I'm going to outjump everyone. It's just these little moments where you can see it. I think Van Dijk's had a good season so far. I don't think he hasn't made any of his big howlers, has he?
No.
Not
The record. They said the record. They said the record, but he's the record against Newcastle, Van Dijk. But they say he's not. It's not his fault.
Yeah,
not his fault. But
I think there was one other one where I heard initially everyone said, "Oh, that's his fault," and then afterwards they were like, "Nah, actually, that isn't his fault. It was someone else." So, anyway, yeah. Any more super chats, Cass?
No. We can continue with the conversation.
So, with who I think, right. So at the start of the season, I was saying that we're not going to know until the back end of the season, and I want to see if Liverpool can keep going for the whole season, or if I think once it gets into the latter games, they start dropping off a bit because of injuries and maybe because Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
But now I have to say, do you know what? It's fair to say at the moment that we have to say the same. I have to stand here and say the same on City, right? Because after the international break, Rodri is back, yeah? And everything should click into place. We've got a tough game at home to Brighton, but everything should click into place, and we would imagine we start winning games again, right?
Well, that's the assumption, yeah.
That's it. Of course, that's what I said. The assumption, Mo.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But even if that happens, we can't go, "Oh, well, everything's fine," right? We can't, and most importantly, Pep can't go, "Everything's fine."
Yeah,
we have been blessed with a big situation being highlighted early doors and not with an injury, right? We've missed him for 3 games. 100% is proven factual, lost all 3 games. Now, are there other elements to that? Yes, because if we look at the Newcastle game, would he have played against Newcastle anyway? Probably not, because of the fact it's the Carabao Cup, and if we got to the quarterfinals, we would have had to play the EDS team anyway. I think Pep would have rested him for that game anyway, right? But then ultimately, we're not the same team without him. So how are we going to address that? Because there could be points in the season where he gets suspended again. There could be a point in the season where he gets injured, right? And we've been lucky enough to have it highlighted. You miss Rodri. You need to deal with this. And I don't know what the answer to that is, right? Even if we go...
Declan Rice.
No,
What?
right. Okay, no. So
That
let
was
me...
the answer.
Okay, no, so let me
You
debunk...
disagree
No,
with that?
no. Let me debunk the answer very, very quickly, right?
All right.
Declan Rice, and if you come up with any other names like Declan Rice, I will debunk, right? Why did Declan Rice not join Manchester City?
Because he wanted to stay in London.
No, I don't think so. I think because
Well,
Declan Rice...
So I don't know then.
Okay, so I personally think Declan Rice is an elite world-class player, right? With a mentality that he wants to start every single game and he wants to go to a club where he is impacting their title push. He wants to go there and go, I've been the difference, right? Now, are you telling me that Declan Rice was coming to Manchester City knowing he was going to start every game?
Nah. Yes.
Right. Okay.
I would have thought
I'll answer that. Can I answer then?
Yeah.
Simple answer. Kovacic. So Declan Rice is an 8, can play a 6, right? We know that. Declan
Yeah.
Rice is an 8, can play a 6. Same as Gundogan, but without the offensive abilities of Gundogan. Because still way younger, not a lot of experience.
So you think he would have thought he was going to get in every game?
So Gundogan was unique. Gundogan was unique is that when Rodri was absent over the past 2 or 3 seasons,
Yeah.
Gundogan would slot there and play as easy, right?
So you
Declan
think
Rice
that Rice
has
would
the
think
ability to be molded as an 8
that's not
play
what...
a 6.
Mo, I
Hold
know,
on.
but that's not what I'm saying. Do you think he would have thought he's going to Manchester City and starting every game?
Kovacic, is Kovacic starting? Would he back himself against Kovacic? Yes. He would have started every game.
Maybe. All right.
Looking at it now, okay, no, my point is, looking at it now,
Yeah.
from how you played all the season with Kovacic and Rodri together, I would think that, yes, he would have taken Kovacic's position and make it his.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
Then when Rodri is absent,
that's
he would
so
drop to
okay,
the
fair.
6th.
And that's actually...
Do you take Pep as an idiot? Absolutely not.
No, bro.
Exactly.
You do at times,
Pep,
but not me.
No. The Pep Guardiola would not have gone to Rice if he didn't have a plan for him, and a plan that is
Mo,
convincingly.
hold on.
Convincingly,
Mo, stop that. Don't turn this into the fact that I don't think City wanted Rice. I think City did want Rice.
Yeah.
I think City wanted Rice.
Your club is not run with clowns. Your club is run well. Yeah,
I wanted Rice. I'm not a City fan being shameless. I wanted Rice, yeah, and probably for that exact reason you just said. Now, this goes back to Phillips. I never wanted Phillips. Never wanted him. The summer I was doing shows with you and I was saying my concerns repeatedly are, why is this man coming to our club? Does he think that he is going to, because he's a 6, he's not a 6'8", he's a 6. Yeah. Does he think he's pushing Rodri out of this team, right? And I thought he isn't. And then in that case, then I don't, like, your mentality for me is not good enough. Now, I think one of the biggest mistakes City actually made was letting Lavia go, because I think with Lavia, he's a young player that you could have started bringing into the squad, resting Rodri, bringing him in, and he would have been fine with that. Look, he's a 6 or 8, but even more so, even if you're just treating him as a sole 6, yeah, he has gone to Chelsea knowing he's playing second fiddle.
By the way. It's a big statement. Letting go of Lavia was a mistake.
Well,
yeah. See, in hindsight,
because in hindsight, now where we are,
now you're saying it's a mistake.
It could be the difference between this.
Now I am saying a mistake.
Yeah, but the point is, Daps back in the he was 17 years old when he was let go. Right?
No, but Mo, hold on. Look, hindsight's a beautiful thing. Hindsight is a beautiful thing. But what I'm saying,
to me what that means, I'm going to be very
hindsight. What hindsight means is basically that at the point you couldn't see it, but now moving forward, you can look back and go, actually, if I had the knowledge I have now back then yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because all we can do is talk. Huh? All I can do.
Can't just learn something new, probably.
No, if you got he went to Chelsea. Look, all I can do is talk on what things are. I'm not an ITK, right? I'm not claiming to be a tactical genius. All I can talk on what things are, right? We brought in Calvin Phillips, who is solely a 6, and ultimately his mentality can't be good enough because he joined us. Because unless someone's telling me that he joined us thinking he was going to push Rodri out of this team, then his mentality for me is not good enough. Now, with a younger player, it's a bit different because by their time, and also, by the way, the fact he's gone to Chelsea, knowing Caicedo's there, tells us again that he actually knows that he's fine being part of a squad. Yeah, so he would have been fine being part of a squad. But now where we are is if we sell Phillips in January, we haven't, unless any City fans in here can tell me, because we knew about Lavia. We all knew about Lavia on the come up. If someone can tell me there's a City DM coming through the academy that is showing Lavia levels, please tell me.
Rico Lewis, not a DM.
He's not a DM for me. He's a box to box.
I can't lie. I see Lewis potentially getting molded into that role now. I think because of
DM. It's 2 weeks.
Yes. No. It's different. No, hear me out. Yeah. I don't. If City do not sell this season anyway alone, yeah, because we're talking about Arsenal going all the way with Liverpool, right? And if City do not get another 6 or an 8 that can competently play a 6, whether it might be Nunes maybe molded into that role, which I don't think he will be. I don't think he's that sort of player. But that could be the reason why they lose the title this year, because they didn't get a good enough backup DM, because they have to play Rodri in other competitions.
Or a solution.
No, but that's
or
a big
another
if.
solution.
That's a big if. If Rodri doesn't stay fit. If he stays fit like last year, good, everything is good.
Yeah, of course.
Everything is good.
But Mo, I'm at a point where I go on.
I'm saying this year, the difference could literally be 3 points, 4 points, or 5. This is how tight it.
Well, it kind of was last season, bro.
In hindsight, again, that word again. Obviously, it could be that because we're thinking Arsenal look mature.
Yeah,
Liverpool got 100 million in the bank because they spent 15 of that in Endo. They're going to go and get someone. This is what I think Man City need to look into the market in January and say, this is what we need. Because otherwise, this is what Pep needs.
Bro,
this is why I see Rico Lewis potentially being molded.
January again. You're thinking they're going to get another midfielder again.
Lewis, if you think...
I don't think unless
Phillips Lewis in the DM role at the Emirates being trusted over next people, Pep will find balance in the end.
Right.
Make that work, I think.
This is the thing, right? I still think City are going to win the league. Let me be clear. Right? At this point, we have been blessed with, I guess you could say we've been blessed with hindsight early doors. Yeah, we've seen what could happen if we leave it down to, no, we're just going to stick with our plan A, that Rodri stays fit. Yeah. Then, and he gets an injury or he gets another suspension, that could really impact our season. I don't want to leave anything down to risk. I don't, right? Now, do I think it's going out into the market and buying a 6? No, I don't. Because we tried that with Phillips, yeah? Because Rice is a really, really, really good one-off. I said this, when Arsenal didn't get Gundogan, and they went for Rice, I knew that was a one-off. I said, look, he's that one person with the mentality and the fact he can play the 6 and 8 as well. Spot on, yeah. We can't go and get a 6, because if you tell me a 6 that is good enough to come in and do the Rodri role, and he's willing
to come to City and be a second fiddle.
Right. And if he would, I'll stick with the consistency I always show. I will question his mentality, right? Because straight away I'm thinking, are you coming in? Like, this is a Pep system. You really think you're going to come and push Rodri out of a Pep system when he's the perfect player for a Pep system? I can't see it happening. So then I look at, are there younger players that you can mould in? And the other one that we have to be truthful on now is, again, this is hindsight is a beautiful thing. The amount of times that we sit here, this point of the season, and we can all point out what's wrong at Manchester City and go, they're in trouble. And then by January, Pep's found the solution and everything's looking hunky-dory, yeah? By January, February time. And at the moment, we all know, yeah, Manchester City's whole midfield, pretty much that won us the league last season, wasn't there on Sunday, yeah? Not an excuse, because that is our squad, right? And the same way Arsenal had changes. So I'm not using it as an excuse, but some players are going to take time to settle. Now, I would imagine Pep believes that between Kovacic, Nunes, Rico Lewis, John Stones, he has players that he thinks he can mould into doing, and Calvin Phillips, I'll throw him in there as well, that he thinks he can mould into being able to do that Rodri role. Now, I doubt Pep would have thought before the season, before he bought any of them, as in Nunes or Kovacic, I can turn these into a Rodri within 3 weeks, right? It's going to take him a minute. And that's why he played Bernardo Silva there, because he knows Bernardo Silva knows what that role involves, right? Bernardo Silva gets that role more than the others do, because Nunes and Kovacic haven't been there. I don't think Kovacic is going to be the answer. I feel really let down by him. I'm not going to lie, because I just think he lost his head. And you know what? I'm not going to rule out how good he was at the start of the season, but in that game, his head was completely gone. And maybe it's true what Arsenal fans say. He's got PTSD of Arsenal, because that performance was shocking. Maybe Nunes could do it, but I think it's way too early to see if he can do it. Way too early. And I agree with Mo. I think Rico's a bit. I think the risk with Rico would be that you limit him because I think he looks better going forward than he does at the back at the moment. He looks a bit weak there. So if we move back to Arsenal and Liverpool, though, I couldn't tell you, and it's the same as at the start of the season, I couldn't tell you who I think has a better chance of pushing Manchester City. I couldn't, because
does anyone else have anyone else in mind potentially that could be it?
No, that's it for me.
Do you think this is even though it's only 7-8 games played? Does anyone else have a think that someone that's going to be like a late shot maybe that could come to life? Anyone?
Yes, I claim that if everybody at Spurs stays, they won't win the title, but they will be maybe similar to Arsenal last year.
Do you reckon Levy will back the situation in January?
Yes, in January, he has the money.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Not back it with 100 million. They're gonna go and buy
he
another
sacked a
player.
manager. He sacked a manager 2 weeks before an FA Cup
So the
final.
reason
for
why
the
they're
sake
gonna
of
go
money.
and buy, they don't have a left winger, and they need another midfielder.
No, they've got
they need
Richarlison.
another-
Oh no, they've got 2 left wingers.
They have one.
Richarlison.
Brennan Johnson is injured. Solomon is injured.
All right,
How
so
long?
they've actually got 3 then.
So Richarlison is a striker.
Well, he ain't never been a striker. For me,
Anyway,
he's never been
long
a
story
striker.
short, as I'm saying, I'm gonna keep the same energy that
I thought
you
you might have
remember
said
me
Newcastle.
from Arsenal last year. I said we were doing shows, and I said this Arsenal football is sustainable. And after they kept it for 10, 15 games, when they reached 19 games and they had 50 points, we said we cannot just disregard this and say this is unsustainable. If Spurs win the next 5 games or 4 of them, I'm gonna have to consider them the Arsenal of this year. Like
You
the
know,
Arsenal
Tottenham
of
have been
last
top
year,
at
this
Christmas
year.
before, right? You know,
Yeah,
Tottenham
but
have been
not-
top
okay,
at Christmas.
But context is key.
That was under
Not this
Pochettino.
time,
That was
not
under
this time.
Pochettino.
And where did he go? When was that? And what did he do?
That was 20, I think it was 2018, 2019.
They have
Yeah,
Champions
I think
League. This is the Champions League final.
2018,
So
2019 it
this
was.
year
Yeah,
Spurs don't play any.
yeah, true.
At all, other
I
than the
think he's a
Premier League.
reach. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's a reach.
It's not now. I'm just comparing. I'm actually literally taking the case of Arsenal last year when everybody kept saying they are gonna fall.
I still think Arsenal's squad were better, but I still think Arsenal's squad last season was still better than Tottenham's squad this season.
Tottenham's squad's garbage, bro. Like
Yeah.
the depth is garbage. The starting lineup is all in that.
So was Arsenal last year.
Yeah, I know, no,
Nah,
but
it was better than this,
Vieira,
bro.
Fabio
Right.
Vieira, Rob Holding,
Yeah, but you're saying
Kieran
that-
Tierney,
I can say-
Caprice Nelson, Eddie
Man,
Nketiah.
Hold
I
on,
can
Kieran
name names.
Tierney is a left back. Kieran Tierney's a left back. Don't do that. He's not
Arteta
that bad,
never
bro.
trusted him. He played him left centre back.
Yeah, but
Never
alright,
trusted him.
But you can't say that all of a sudden that he was crap. Kieran Tierney was not a crap left back, bro.
Is Arsenal fans in the chat hearing this? Are you really hearing it? All right, let me put something straight here.
Kieran Tierney is the Ben Davis of
Yeah, but-
Arsenal.
The difference is you can probably relate Partey and Basuma being a similar type of player, which I can understand.
Yes.
Yeah, but they don't. Madison and Erdegaard, I hear it, but then there's the other part.
Taran
Yeah.
Xhaka.
No,
Who's
no,
better?
no, Shaka, bro.
Xhaka.
Yeah, Xhaka. Yeah, I said Xhaka. Xhaka.
Yeah.
So
Xhaka,
if we're going
yeah.
to do starting 11s, what's a sustainable attack when you have this front three of Spurs, which are putting people to shame, to be fair, because it is clicking.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask me of last season, would you rather Jesus, right, who
Or
got injured
Son.
by the way,
Or
who got
Son.
injured by the way, who got injured,
Yes.
or Martinelli? I'm taking that front three in a heartbeat.
Oh, bro.
This front three pairing, I really do like
I'm hearing you.
Romero and
I hear
VDV.
you. I hear you.
Romero and VDV
Why
compared to last
I
year's
hear you.
Saliba,
Why
I'm
they
seeing
aren't-
that as well.
I hear what you're saying, Cass.
It's do you know what I mean?
Also,
Yeah, but
sorry, I
also
didn't
the-
like the way you just did this Son and Jesus thing, and you started smiling like, is that really a comparison, bro? Let's
No,
be
it is
clear,
a
yeah.
comparison.
Oh, it's a very fucking good
Yeah, it's a
comparison.
very
And what
comparison,
what
yeah.
Jesus does, yeah, like what Jesus does and what
Jesus
Son do,
allows the
they're
wingers to
completely
score goals.
completely
Yes.
different types of players. But I'm not hearing that Son's worlds above Jesus
No,
at
he's
what they
not.
do.
No.
Like,
The
no
Jesus
way.
I saw against Man City. No way.
Can I go on with the depth? When I think of depth, though, even though Arsenal's depth last season wasn't the
But
greatest,
Kulusevski's bowling this year.
you know, I know.
Oh, it's back
Yeah.
to that one, is it?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna say this: like, when I think of depth, right? I'm
what we
thinking,
judge on,
I'm
guys.
thinking, if I'm thinking depth, and in fairness, I won't count in Trossard because I don't know if
Tottenham might get a winger in January.
Well, I'm gonna say,
Oh,
from
might,
before-
but we can't do might.
If thing
Arsenal
is-
might get a striker in January.
See, the thing is, right? When I looked at Arsenal compared to this Tottenham part, is Kieran Tierney coming in for Zinchenko wasn't the worst thing in the world. Ben Davies coming in for Udogie or Udogie, or I can't say the name. I always forget. Yeah, is that sucks, bro.
Yeah. And as for the centre backs, bro,
it's even worse. I'd rather Tomiyasu come in and a Rob Holding than what they've got coming in. Whatever it is, Eric Dyer and who? I don't even know.
Are you serious? Tomiyasu is all right. It's good.
But Eric Dyer's shite. Literally.
Ben Davies isn't as bad as what people make him be.
It's better than Eric Dyer, bro.
No,
he's
not.
Yes, he is.
He is.
So is Tomiyasu. And so is Tomiyasu, bro.
Guys, in the chat, you all are Arsenal fans, of course. Eric Dyer or Ben White?
Bro, listen, I get you like Jose.
No.
I get
Eric
you like
Dyer,
Jose, and Jose likes.
Eric Dyer.
Eric Dyer is dog shit, mate.
Eric Dyer or Rob Holding? I didn't say sorry.
Listen,
Eric Dyer or Rob Holding? Come on,
bro. I'm not gonna lie. We saw Rob Holding almost do a job against Haaland. Yeah, like I'm sorry.
Almost.
Eric Dyer is shit. Literally shit. Like poor. I just think the drop off even last season. Now they're worlds apart. Arsenal squad and Tottenham this season are worlds apart. But even last season. For me now, and also there's bro. Do you know what? City have know-how. However much I mock Arsenal's know-how, their know-how and their club's overall know-how, over the last 25, if we take it to 25 years, is shitting all over Tottenham's know-how. Shitting all over Tottenham's know-how. Like the mentality at Arsenal and the mentality at Tottenham are not the same. They're not.
Yeah, I have to agree. Look, what Tottenham's got going on is cute.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, it's cute. That's all it is. There's nothing more to it. Because see, Levy, if we know
the
what
same guy about Arsenal last year.
No.
Guy that said like
Levy is not a footballing man like that. Yeah, he's content with getting Champions League ball and all that stuff. Well, I think Arsenal actually backed the situation as much as they could, but waited till the summer to recruit instead. And they
tried in January. They brought in. I always say this on Arsenal last January. Right, is they brought in Trossard. Yeah. They also were trying their fucking hardest to bring in Mudryk. It's just, unfortunately, they were a little naive going against a Chelsea team that at the moment were willing to spend whatever money was required, Arsenal tried to strengthen in January. It ended up falling on its arse a little bit, but Mo, you're now here saying that you believe that Levy will step in and back a Tottenham push for a trophy, right? When the last time we saw Tottenham in contention for a trophy, he literally did the polar opposite and said, "Now fuck that." What? Oh, keep Jose for another 2 weeks.
Did he back him this year?
No, hold on, bro. Don't change move the goalpost. We're talking
about recent history. You're going ancient history. I'm going more recent history.
No, because we're talking about in a push for a trophy, right? You're thinking that in a push for a trophy in January, he's going to go, do you know what? I'm going to back my manager. If we go to the last time Tottenham were pushing for a trophy, he literally said, for the sake of money, I'm getting rid of this trophy-winning manager a week before a chance to win a trophy. He put money over winning a trophy, right? But now you're saying that you think Levy is going to go in January. Yeah.
No, he isn't. Can I answer? Let me answer him. He isn't going to back him for the trophy because Spurs aren't winning the Premier League title. What is going to happen is comes January, they're going to be in the top 4 and they're going to have feet there. He's going to tell him, for the sake of money, this is how you convince Daniel Levy. To stay in the Champions League spot, we need this and that. If you don't do that, we might have competition about the Champions League because the likes of Chelsea will come alive. Newcastle. That's the thing. He is going to Levy is going to back the team not to win the Premier League, to stay in the top 4.
All right, and what's he going to, what? And you think he's going to
money?
Go out
That's
there?
A lot of money.
No, hold on.
The Champions League is a lot of money.
Okay, no, agreed. So what's he going to spend?
I don't know, like, you need 80 million or something, 100 million, Harry Kane, 100 million.
Right. So that right, they got, what did they get for Harry Kane? 100 million.
Yes,
all right, bro. Listen, Levy's a magician. You give him 100 million, 25 you're getting back to spend. 75 is gone. That's gone, bro. That went in a hat and it's disappeared like a rabbit or something. That's gone, right? 25 million. Now he might put a little bit on top of that. What are they get? January transfer window. That's where a January transfer window where, by the looks of it, there's going to be a lot of teams looking for bits and bobs, Bro, you need big money in January. If you really want to back a team, you need big money. Levy's not going to do that.
If you wanted to back the manager this year, Andrew, yes, he gave him some players.
Back of the manager.
Get any sort of get any players doesn't mean you're backing them, by the way. It doesn't mean anything. Because you're giving someone a player doesn't mean it's their player that they
like
wanted.
Liverpool in 20...
off what we know about
20
Levy and
21,
his
I think it was.
character, if we go off his character and what we know, when they came off of that Champions League loss, did they back Pochettino then? No. They're still too busy paying off for the stadium, so they're not paying nothing into the team. If it's sustainable enough to keep them in the Europa spot or your Champions League spot, I think he's content, bro. But you know what? Here in January,
Especially with how the fans are at the moment.
Oh my God!
Bro,
Listen,
bro,
yes.
think
Arsenal
about how
before
the
last
fans are at the
year,
moment,
Arsenal
Mo.
before last year, they weren't backed.
Yeah, but
You remember the season before they were fourth,
they
and
just
they lost it because the Cronkies did not buy players for Mikel Arteta in January.
but
But
guess
last
what?
year they did.
You're missing one key part though. They just finished paying off for the stadium, and then they started doing what they wanted to do and got Edu in place and Josh Kroenke in place and so forth and so forth.
The kid, the son.
Yeah,
the son
it took them many years to pay off for the stadium. Now they can say, "Cool, we'll focus on the football."
I think the other thing is we have to look at the moment. Yeah, what Postecoglou's done is here's another thing that Levy has probably been quite shrewd, clever. He's gone and got a relatively unknown manager. I'm not saying he's unknown, but he's not a Conte, he's not a Jose Mourinho.
He is probably unknown.
Right, okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to be fair, Mo. He probably, and based on that, he probably costs a lot less. Yeah. Right. So that model works. Oh, spend less money, and it works. So, and furthermore, the fan base are happier than they have ever been. Yeah. When a fan base is happy, they spend dough. Right. When a fan base is happy, your stadium is full week in, week out. Your prices can go up because they are happy. Everything is playing into Levy's hands at the moment. Levy's perfect model is working, right? And you think, based on his perfect model working to earn that, he's then going to go, nah. Actually, I want to go and spend some big dough. Since when has Levy ever thought like that?
Oh, here is the conclusion. The people in the chat, make sure to hit that like button. Here's the conclusion from Daps and Cass's argument. They believe that this Spurs team is good enough to go through, but they are afraid of injuries. So their whole argument relies on that someone is going to get injured and Levy isn't going to back the team.
No, it isn't.
Because this is what they said.
You never said that.
Daps, don't worry. Let him do his thing.
This is what you guys said.
No,
this is what you guys said.
No, we didn't.
The whole argument. The team is good enough, but Levy isn't going to back them.
Cass, did you mention injuries, mate?
So why do they need backing?
No, but you literally just said this is our whole. Mo, stop. You just literally said this is Daps and Cass's whole argument based on us not saying that once. Yeah, like you said
it. You said it, Mo.
We haven't said that once. What are you going on about? We haven't said that once. We were ultimately saying that it's cute, but we don't believe in this squad. Now, that's because you can't win a league with your best 11, yeah? That doesn't mean injuries. There's mental fatigue. There's physical fatigue. You need to rotate at some point. You're trying to say, and now you're saying we're putting it all down to injuries. We didn't say that.
I've got a perfect example. Newcastle last year. This is perfect, actually, as it goes. Bruno Gomes, vital in their play. DM magician, yeah. They get a Carabao Cup run. They get a bit of an FA Cup before they get knocked out. Guess what? They dropped in performances for about 3 months.
Spurs can't have a Carabao Cup run. They're out of that.
Yeah, but even then, they could have an FA Cup one. But there could obviously be factors where they get knocked out FA Cup early. So that's another factor, and that's where that could back Mo's point, obviously. But even though this whole debate is like who can push maybe Man City to the end or be potential title contenders within that group, Mo says Spurs. You mentioned injuries. Do I believe that Levy will allow funds or have a good enough network of scouting to go and replace a Maddison in case it gets injury or a Basuma? No. Do I believe Arsenal have that or Newcastle have that currently to go and scout somebody that's good enough to fill in and use a bit more money for what they want? Yes. That's the difference between Levy and I think obviously the recent parts of Kroenke's and obviously
the same exact argument was last year when Arsenal were winning, right? Until they bought Trossard in January, until they got Jorginho, until they went for Modric. Before that, there was no history of Arsenal Football Club backing the managers in January.
But the thing is, that surprised everyone. But I don't think Levy's going to surprise anyone anytime soon. Maybe that's blind faith.
And you know what? But Mo, okay, let me move away from this completely because I was just thinking as Cass was talking them. Fuck injuries, fuck suspensions, fuck squad rotation, all of that, right? I don't believe Tottenham have the mentality to win a fucking trophy. How about that?
Okay, so there you go. All right, okay.
And Chelsea, if they were to come through, I believe they have the mentality to win trophies. They've been doing it. Arsenal, listen, Arsenal, they know how to win trophies and they've been in a title race. You have to lose one to win one, right? So I'll go with that. Liverpool, we already know Liverpool won everything under Jurgen Klopp. They've got a manager. Nah, bro, sorry.
Give me the mood a little bit.
The same argument you have for Arsenal, you can have for Manchester United, by the way.
No, you can't, because
No, you can't still. The thing is, we don't have an Edu. We don't even have a director of football or that I know of.
Bro, half of them can't use the canteen. How you mean, bro?
There's a sauna that's dated from back in the 2000s still there. Not that it's going to change the difference. It's just that it's
astonishing that we're talking about Spurs. Well, it was supposed to be Arsenal v Liverpool, but yeah.
We're picking up other options, and there is one. Chelsea. Could Chelsea, yeah. No,
Chelsea?
Bro, why not? They're clicking.
Challenge. Actually challenge.
Well, you think Tottenham fucking can, so why not?
So let me
Tottenham are top of the league, man.
Let me do this. Big up Amrit, by the way. I can't lie, Moe. He's not your favorite person in the world.
Who's SM1? Oh, someone.
What has he said? What is he saying?
Love Daps calling out someone at the start of the show. Channel is growing growing, and more football fans will join in. Engagement with negative takes will not run long. And I actually agree with that part, to be fair. But that's why we leave.
To be honest with you, it is me being. The thing is, the truth is, yeah. There are two types of shows. There's live shows and there's studio shows. And by doing more studio shows, I've realized what is good for my mental health, right? And it is studio shows. There's no getting away from it. They're far better. But I also know this channel has grown off of live shows and shameless shit. So I'm not trying to say we need to stop doing it. What I am saying, yeah, is I'll continue to get rattled by it. And it is what it is. And it's one of them ones where I've actually sat and thought about it and thought, I wish I could knock doing these live shameless ass shows on the head for my mental health, but I can't afford to. So I'm just going to be here every week and have to take it. And you lot are going to have to put up with me being rattled. That's what it is.
Don't mind that.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. So you're looking after my mental health, Cass. Brilliant. Cheers.
Wow. Clean, you know.
Yeah, fair.
Housewife. We always signed in recent history at least 2 players in January. Big up Will Stewart. He says,
yes, Will.
Yeah, not your counterpart though. If Ange is in charge of those two, I'm confident we will play better in the second half. You know what? Yeah, so that's what I was referring to back then, and like what Mo provided argument, and obviously we're just debating on it. But I just don't know if you're going to get the depth in quality to do so. But if Ange is such a good manager as we rate him right now, then he's getting the best out of some of these players that we probably didn't think had anything going for him. You know, he did get Pedro Porro last year on loan, but with an obligation to buy, etc., etc. So on that note, it can be a thing, but is it enough? That's just the next part. Is it enough?
Chelsea. Let's move to Chelsea.
Yeah, the Chelsea part though. I'm gonna look. Chelsea know how to win trophies, and this is back to what Daps says. I'm gonna go back to when Conte was first in charge, and I'm not saying that Conte's a serial winner. That's the difference between him and Pochettino.
Can I interject? I'm sorry. I want to let you finish. Can I interject?
Of course you can. Go on.
Sorry, I'm not gonna be long. The team that knew
not here for a long time. You're here for a good time.
The team that knew how to win trophies isn't there. The owner that knew how to win trophies isn't there. The players that knew how to win trophies aren't there.
All right. So explain how Tottenham are going to be in the chase then.
No. I'm talking about Chelsea.
I'm just saying, yeah. But then in that case, if you're ruling out Chelsea, you better fucking rule out Tottenham now.
Well, yeah, because it's just true. Because if we're going to go off the whole, it's only 7-8 games, right? Which it is in theory. But if we're going to talk in theory, regardless, Chelsea are sitting on 11 points. They do have depth coming back in quality. Lavia, you could say Chukwuemeka's still young, potential, but you got Nkunku yet to come back, and that second part of the season could be huge. We talk about Chelsea in terms of developing some of these youngsters as quick as possible. They still, Kai said, they do have winners in the team. Reece James has won something, a Champions League at that. You got Thiago Silva, you got Sterling. They got winners in the team to still install what they want to install. Don't get me wrong, that's all great by the noise of it.
Got a manager as well that's won a league as well, by the way.
I remember with Antonio Conte, his Chelsea were dog shit, at one point. They got slapped by Liverpool, Henderson top bins. I remember that game like it was yesterday. I think it was at Stamford Bridge as well. And all of a sudden, they go on and win the league. See, that's the beauty of the Premier League. And the thing is, we probably know Chelsea will go and spend more if they need to go and spend more, if they potentially see something that is within reach. That's what it is. Your Enzo's a World Cup winner. Like,
there
are factors there. So you can't
Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's fucking won it all pretty much as well.
Chelsea look crap right now, but they're building a bit of form. And I know you might not believe in them, and for the good of football, you want them to fail, as you said, etc., etc. But the thing is, the next 5 games, they could beat Arsenal. They can have a couple of these games, and all of a sudden you're like, oh
yeah, shit. Someone else with me that they can beat Arsenal, because I was called an idiot yesterday on the terrace.
That's what you've been called worse.
Bro, I was called an idiot when I said, why are we ruling out that Chelsea can get results against us? I shut up. Yeah, what the fuck? You don't know. And the chat with me, I was like, what? You guys watch the same football we watch. It was crazy.
Mo, can I ask you a question quick?
Sorry, I cut you off, Cass. I'm sorry, Cass.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Let Cass finish. Cass finish. Because
I've got one more question for you, because I know Cass's answer. I know my answer. I know Ty's answer. Mo, who are your 3 least liked Premier League teams?
Chelsea, definitely.
From what? From the top 6.
Anyone?
No.
I hate Burnley.
Right.
Because of Sean Dyche. I hate anybody that is coached by Sean Dyche.
No, 3, please. 3 teams. 3 teams you dislike the most in the Premier League.
Currently.
I swear I don't have anybody that I... Oh, okay. So currently, I dislike Nottingham Forest. Absolutely. I don't know why. I dislike them.
They brought in a lot of players, that's why.
Something like that, probably.
Yep.
The whole thing.
Sees them as competition for Inter.
They actually got the best players, I think, out of
won the same number of Champions Leagues as you, to be fair, didn't they, too?
No, won 3.
I swear you've won 2.
We won 3 and a treble. So yeah.
No, hold on. I swear last season
we literally won 3, bro.
Have you won 3? Oh,
yes.
Right, my bad. I thought you won 2. So even better that we beat you. Fucking hell, we beat treble. We beat 3-time winners. Damn. Okay.
So I promise you, honestly,
so Forest,
I can't think of anybody.
They're not Chelsea. Genuinely not Chelsea then, because I always thought you hate Chelsea.
Actually, back in the day, I developed that just because of the Todd Bowley. It's basically started with
you
Lee
hate
Gunner.
Forest more than you hate Chelsea.
It started with Lee Gunner telling Terry that he thinks that changing the whole team, 18 players in, 18 players out, it will work.
So you hate Chelsea based on an Arsenal fan's opinion?
No. Hold on. And because that argument just dumbed my heading. Like I got when he said that, I'm like, you're crazy. And then after
I'm going to take this out on Chelsea.
Chelsea did that, like just months later, I saw Chelsea selling everybody, getting 20 players, and so I'm like, yes, yeah.
I'm going to put it out there. I hate Arsenal, and I hate you lot the most, other than Liverpool. Both you on par. I hate both of you.
So the team that I used to hate, but they're irrelevant in the Premier League now, are Manchester United.
Yeah, there you go.
Because of the dominance, they did. Of course, everybody in the world hated Manchester United in the 90s and the 2000s.
The beautiful thing is, no matter how shit we are, we're always relevant, G. That's the maddest part. We can't hide. We can't run.
You know what I noticed lately? Man United fans keep telling themselves that so they can look at the mirror and go to bed well.
They've been telling them that. Yeah, of course.
Bro, it's every stream now. Man United
we're big.
People.
We're so massive. We're huge.
Every stream now, bro. No, if the media doesn't talk about us, there is no media. And I'm like, bro,
as crap as we are, I'd rather us not be on the spotlight right now.
Yeah.
It's too much of it. Like it's whatever though, isn't it?
So let's take this back. For me, I think the reason why Arsenal and
who do you hate, Daps?
Oh, I think it's pretty clear why. I so there's three. My most hated is between Liverpool and Arsenal. Liverpool because I got brought up, and people can say this is wrong. That's fine. Rest in peace to my dad. My dad brought me up hating Scousers, is what it is. I actually don't mind Scousers, but my dad had a severe hate for Scousers, so it was just kind of that. I actually tried to fight as a kid as well, and was like, Dad, you're being a bit harsh and whatever, but it is what it is. So as a mank, my dad just really didn't like Liverpool and anything associated to the city. Then it's Arsenal, because since I've moved down south, most of my best friends are Arsenal fans. And you know what? I love them to bits. I trust them with my life. However, they're the most arrogant bastards I've ever met, right? And I love you all, but goddamn, right? And then Man United, because it's Man United in it, and they're our biggest rivals. But
yeah. There's a team I really hate, Everton.
I knew you were going to say how Dyche manages them now.
I hate Everton, bro. Like Everton, they have to get relegated.
Someone doesn't like a Scouser team or two.
Yeah.
But it's assumption that is Man United.
I love Scouse Birds, by the way. Scouse Birds are great.
Man United aren't even mentioned in his speech about hating a Premier League club.
Oh, I did mention United. I said my third's Man United.
Third is Man United.
Yeah, third's Man United. But it's just like I can't look. Listen to my accent. Yeah, I've lived down south since I'm 16. Right, my best friends were all Man United. Like when I moved down here, we were still shy. Them lot used to tell me I couldn't speak about football. Them lot would be like that. You're not relevant. So now,
let's see the people in the chat. Let's see the people in the chat. I need one name of a club you hate the most in the chat. One name, just one club. No matter who you support, just give me one name of a club you hate the most in the Premier League.
I think Man United and Arsenal are going to win this one.
Yeah,
maybe City, but I don't think so because everyone will say we're not relevant.
It's definitely Arsenal, man.
Everyone is United.
No, it's the fans. It's just the fans.
It depends on the age. It depends on the age of our audience. If they are from the 90s and the 2000s, you would have to hate Manchester United. Why have Juventus people telling me we hate Manchester United?
Please call out any of the names that are random ones, because there's going to be some people there going Luton Scum and Watford and.
Is it right if Arsenal hate Tottenham, Man United more than Tottenham? Is it right?
100%. 100%.
Because the way they go
no, because I don't think because Arsenal will look at Tottenham and go, I don't even hate him. I feel sorry for him. They'll say they feel sorry for him. Who? Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Exactly.
Yeah, man. Guys, by the way, have you smashed the like button as you're typing all of this? If you can type so much, that means you can click the like button as well, man. So while they continue to do that, for me, if we're going back to the original question, I do think 100% the two teams that are in, I'm not even going to push City because I think that's slightly arrogant. I don't want to be there after the last couple of days. Let me be clear. I do think we're going to win the league, but I think it's going to be a 3-horse race. It confuses me when people are putting 4-horse race. Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, and of course injuries, suspensions, fatigue, all of that will play a massive part, but it will also play a part for Manchester City. And what these last couple of weeks has really taught me is the same thing I've been saying about, drop-offs at other clubs. We have one at our club, right? We have one at our club. And I think, De Bruyne coming back in January is going to be massive. I think people will really start talking about look, if City go on a run in November, December, and then people realise De Bruyne's coming back in January, that's going to be quite scary for some teams. But I think Liverpool I think Liverpool might go and get 1 or 2 players in January. I really do think they might, because I think the owners will look at this and think, do you know what, we've got a chance here. And I do think Arsenal, Jesus, the last couple of games, has played on the left and right, yeah? Whereas last season, it's like Arteta did not want to play Jesus on the left or right. This season, Arteta has played Jesus on the left and right, and he's put in one of his best performances on the right the other day, which is what I always said. Could that be a sign that Arsenal would entertain going out and throwing the cash at Ivan Toney? Because I'll be real. Listen, Chelsea fans, I know you lot think you have Ivan Toney nailed on, yeah? But I'm telling you now, if Arsenal are in a title race in January, which I'm pretty confident they will be, and Arsenal go in for Ivan Toney in January, yeah, I think Ivan Toney would pick Arsenal over Chelsea any day of the week. At the moment, it's like if he goes into, we got to remember, Ivan Toney is going to be coming back. He's going to want to be in that Euro team for the summer, right? And guess what? He's going to want to win some silverware. In January, if a club that is in a title race come in and say, we want you, yeah, it's almost like you're halfway there to winning silverware just by joining them. So I think Ivan Toney would jump at the chance of joining Arsenal if they're going for him. And then I think that makes Arsenal real favourites over Liverpool for me. But same way, if Liverpool go and buy elite DM and maybe one more centre-back, maybe a left-back. Do you think Liverpool need a left-back?
No, they need a left centre-back.
They're not going to buy left-back.
Left centre-back then.
Left centre-back.
But a left centre-back that can maybe play on the left, because I do think I love Robertson. I hate Robertson, but
I hate him.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I hate Robertson, but I do think Robertson over the last 8 years has been one of the best left-backs in the league. But I'm noticing a real drop-off at the moment, man. He seems to be
He's declining. He's 100%
He's declining. Yeah, he's declining. So, yeah, but I think if they go and get that again, but I do think, look, I'll be honest. If Arsenal go in for Ivan Toney, I think they get him, and I think it makes them It makes, and you got to be real. If they qualify for the Champions League as well, yeah, then although I don't think there's a chance in hell they can win it this season, they won't think that, and they'll think Ivan Toney, a goal scorer, come in playing the Champions League. So I think that could be a real swinger for us.
Yeah. Comdean says Arteta has been back since he came.
Yeah.
We didn't have a striker of the year. We got 5th because Vlahovic said no, and no one else was good enough that was available. That's very true. Arnie says, I hate Stoke more than Shitham. Arsenal fan.
That's probably because of back then when Arsenal were playing beautiful football, they had Stoke here just trying to play the shittest fucking football. You know, I can imagine as an Arsenal fan playing that beautiful football, then you got Stilap with the throw-ins. You're like, fuck off, man.
Peter Crouch on the end of them, or what's it called? What's the name? Kenwyn Jones and that. Comedy says Ivan Toney name dropped Arsenal. He only wants.
I think he also name dropped. To be fair, he also name dropped Liverpool, but he did name Ivan Toney. Man, he's a flirt. Definitely a flirt.
Yeah. But other than that, I suppose we're gonna wrap it up from there. Decent. But yeah, make sure you stay on this channel. It will go over to Mo's channel. He's going live in about 45 minutes though, so make sure you go over there and smash a like. Something that some of you people haven't even done here yet. But all the ones that have, big up yourselves.
And we've got a video coming out tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow morning.
100%.
Chelsea Pops.
Will says, don't mind people not rating Spurs this year. Exceptional if we challenge, can't be bantered if we don't. My expectation is top 3 right now.
Top 3.
Wow.
Top 3. Well, if you're in the top 3, you should be in a conversation at least. Well,
top 3 means Patrick Charge.
Oh yeah, I hope to God that isn't City dropping something.
He definitely has Arsenal. He definitely has Arsenal.
All right,
man. Keep up the videos on a gal, man. Great stuff. In a bit, man. We'll see you later or tomorrow.
Have a good evening, people.